Knut's story seemed like a fairy tale, until the moment that shocked the world. As we dive into Knut's life, we'll uncover how a story no one expected unfolds, from his isolated upbringing to the moment that shocked the world. This is the untold story, the whole story of the saddest polar bear in history. Enjoy! Hello there, the video will start in just a few seconds, but can you quickly hit the like button and subscribe to my channel? It would mean a lot to me. Thank you. In December 2006, Knut and his brother were born in the Berlin Zoo. Knut's father was moved through several zoos before arriving at Berlin, and his mother spent years performing in a circus. Both were trapped in a life of captivity, controlled by humans from the very beginning. Unfortunately, the mother of the two baby bears rejected both, and Knut's brother died just 4 days later. Knut, however, survived and was raised by the zoo staff, with zookeepers giving him the care that should have come from his mother. Zookeeper Thomas Dörflein stayed by his side day and night, feeding him, playing with him, and even sleeping next to his enclosure. But wait, was saving Knut really the right thing to do? Not everyone thought so. Some animal rights activists argued that raising him by hand was unnatural and even cruel. They claimed Knut would suffer in the long run, unable to learn the instincts of a wild polar bear. One activist even suggested that letting him die would have been the kinder choice. But the public saw it differently. Shocked by the idea, children protested outside the zoo, holding signs that read "Knut must live." Thousands of letters and emails arrived, begging for the little bear's life. The Berlin Zoo refused to change its decision, promising to protect Knut at all costs. In March 2007, Knut was presented to the public for the first time. Knut's first public appearance wasn't just a local event, it became a global sensation. The image of a tiny fluffy polar bear, hand-raised by humans, captured hearts far beyond Germany. Over 400 journalists from all around the world rushed to cover his story, turning him into an overnight celebrity. People saw Knut as more than just a zoo animal. He became a symbol of innocence, survival, and the fragile connection between humans and wildlife. In July, something changed. At 7 months and 50 kilograms, or 110 pounds, concerns for his keeper's safety grew. Officials decided it was time for Knut to interact with other bears, not humans, marking the beginning of a new chapter in his life. And at first, he shared an enclosure with a Malaysian black bear cub and his mother. But how long would this setup last? Not for long. Knut was soon moved to his own private living space. Although the huge crowds from March and April started to decrease, Knut still drew massive attention. By August, an astonishing 400,000 people came to the zoo, setting a new record, all excited to see the now legendary bear growing up. Fame comes at a price, is something people always say. However, this sentence can't be applied to Knut's situation. Knut is actually gaining nothing from the fame, as most famous people do. And soon, his world would change dramatically. Knut struggled with loneliness. Keepers noticed that he missed his caretaker, Thomas Dörflein, that died of a heart attack in April 2008. Knut's desire for human company showed how close he had become to Dörflein, who had been like a father to him. Knut now craved human attention so much that he would cry when no one was near his enclosure. He clearly missed the one-on-one attention he had received from Thomas Dörflein. Knut's first birthday in December 2007 was celebrated by hundreds of children and was streamed live on German television. The Berlin Mint also produced 250,000 special silver coins to mark his birthday. Doesn't this raise the question how much of Knut's life really was about protecting him as a living being and how much was just about generating money from his fame? You can form your own opinion. Knut had now spent a long time in isolation, and the zoo realized that something had to change and a solution was needed to address his social needs. In September 2009, they brought in Giovanna, a female polar bear about the same age as Knut, from Munich. Her arrival caused international excitement, and people were curious to see if the two young bears would soon be dating, even though in reality both were still far too young to be involved in anything romantic. In March 2010, the animal rights group PETA raised concerns because Knut and Giovanna had the same grandfather. They suggested castrating Knut to prevent inbreeding. The zoo refused to comment on the issue, stating that Giovanna's stay in Berlin was temporary and no long-term plans had been made for them. Giovanna left Knut in August 2010, and Knut's loneliness remained a serious issue. Even though Knut later shared an enclosure with 3 female bears, reports suggested that the older bears were aggressive towards him, and by late 2010 some news reports wondered if he was being bullied. Zookeepers, however, told the public not to worry, claiming that Knut was simply not yet an adult male and just needed time to find his place. Flowers, letters and candles filled the area around Knut's enclosure. Fans from all over the world mourned. What happened? Had stress from living with 3 older female bears broken him? What no one knew, Knut had been sick for a long time. An autopsy showed severe brain inflammation caused by a rare autoimmune disease. And on March 19, 2011, in front of hundreds of shocked visitors, Knut collapsed. His body shook, he convulsed, and then suddenly he fell into the pool and didn't come up. Panic spread through the crowd. Zookeepers rushed over, but it was too late. Knut was gone.
Herzinfarkt gekriegt oder was?